This is Real Talk with Joel, Gatlin, and Hayden on The Wire, OU Student Radio.
Well, guys, it's been a whole week, but we are back here in the studio. We are back to talk some movies. I know there's been a lot of things out there to discuss, a lot of rumors, a lot of news, a lot of movies coming out, a lot of movies that did come out. But before we get into that, guys, I'd like to ask you guys, how was your spring break?
It was awesome. It was awesome. I got to go to Albuquerque and do a little impromptu skiing. I fell down a whole lot more than I fell down a lot. I thought I was ready for blues. Well, no, I take that back. My girlfriend thought I was ready for blues, and
blaming the girlfriend as always.
Dude, it was literally one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. We started on the blue, and I fell down about, no joke, probably 10 feet in, and at that point I knew we had a problem. I found myself standing on the side of the hill after taking, a pretty hard fall with my poles in my hand and my skis in the other hand, ready to walk down the hill. But my girlfriend found me about that time. So
is that your first time, right?
Second time. I'd been when I was like 15, but I hadn't been in a long time, and so
that's a long time to wait.
Yeah, and I thought, I was like, it's riding a bike. It's like riding a bike. I can do it.
Get back on it.
Yeah, well, I more like fell back down it, at least for the first hour. But I eventually kind of got my ski legs underneath.
You fell down,
it took a while,
and you couldn't get up.
Oh man,
Do you have life alert?
I needed some life alert.
Yeah, life alert.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
All right, Gatlin, what about you, man? What'd you do?
I actually went to New Mexico myself, but not Albuquerque.
Boom, boom.
Oh, man.
I went to
Still
the
good.
small, great ski area / resort of Red River, New Mexico, with a bunch of buddies. We had a free cabin to stay at. We took a van up there. None of us actually paid for gas. It was actually really nice.
That's awesome.
Skied for 2 days straight, came back, went to work for the rest of the break. Never really got to have much relaxation time besides with my buddies. It was much needed. Got away a little bit from OU just for a little bit. But, break was awesome. We're back, though. I'm ready to get this show rolling.
Oh, by the way, I did nothing.
Like nothing.
No, I'm kidding. I did a lot of working. Well, the way I see it is you can do one or two things. You can either spend all your money on spring break and hope you have some left for summer, or you can do what I did and work spring break and save up a lot of money.
Spend money or make money.
For summer.
The Joel Filomeno story.
And here's a term I learned: scared money don't make money, and that's true.
I have no idea. I'll
be honest. Scared money don't make money.
I have no idea what that means.
That's just something I learned over the weekend.
Doesn't that kind of mean like if you don't risk it, you never get the biscuit?
Joel just spent the whole week on Urban Dictionary is what he did. He was like, I'm using that.
I was spending 2 whole weeks finding something interesting to say in the show.
So
was that funny though, guys?
That was good.
I mean, it was good.
Oh, okay.
I laughed for a little bit.
No, I like it. I don't know what it means, but I like it a lot.
My feelings are hurt.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
what
guys.
are we talking about today, Joel?
We got a lot of things to talk about today, but the main thing we're talking about today, we're having a lot of fun here today. After 2 weeks, we wanted to come back with something a little more exciting. We're going to be talking animated movies. How about you guys? Are you excited to talk animated movies?
I'm pumped.
I'm super stoked.
You a pumped?
I'm a pumped.
I'm a pumped. I'm a pump you up.
Pump you up.
Pump you up.
We're here to pump
you up. Yeah, well, we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk Furious 7. We got some news to talk about. We just talked about our spring break. So, I want to talk a little bit of Fast 7. You guys interested in watching that movie? I don't know if you guys watched any of the original or the other movies.
Okay, guys, I hate to be this guy.
Is it always?
But I guess I kind of am this guy. I have never seen any of the Fast and Furious films. There's I can feel the collective gasp from the audience right now.
The collective gasp from Gatlin.
Yeah, the air really did just get sucked all out of the room right now.
Oh man. Hey.
You know, like when Peter Griffin, that episode where he got like hurt and he just kept going. It's kind of how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Continuous.
Continue on. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, too. I've only seen one.
Which one?
Tokyo Drift.
The worst one.
I know, the worst one.
You've only seen Tokyo Drift?
I know. It's a bit embarrassing because...
oh, my gosh.
But it makes it really good for one reason. The reason is, before I go see Fast 7, I got something to watch.
Yeah, all those six.
All the other ones.
Six ones.
I'm not watching all 6. I'm only watching the ones with The Rock.
So you're gonna so you're
because I feel like it's in
four through
because I feel
six.
because I feel like after the third one, they're like a completely different story. Almost like a different. Yeah. So that's why I'm like I don't even bother watching the other 2.
I'll give you this. First one was pretty good. Second one I really liked. It didn't have Vin Diesel in it. Third one, little Bow Wow showed up. I guess it's Bow Wow now. I'm not a big fan of him.
He's not little anymore.
No, but he's still
big.
He's little. So
he's still little.
And then 4 is pretty good. 5 is when The Rock comes in, and it was actually that's probably my favorite one. Fast 5.
Fast 5.
The last one, it was actually good, but I mean, it was okay. I mean, a lot of people gave it.
Did it come out last year or was it 2 years ago?
It was in the.
Because Fast 5 was 11.
2012.
Right? 2011.
Or 2013. Spring of 2013.
Because now it's 2015. There's every 2 years. That
and
makes
then
sense.
this one, it's obviously Paul Walker's last one. I'm excited because I enjoyed his last couple movies.
I've heard that they have an incredible tribute for him in the movie.
And Jason Statham's a bad guy.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really want to see it, and also because James Wan's directing it, it's his first Fast and Furious movie, especially after him catching all of that momentum from the horror movies he's been doing. Now he's expanding a bit to other movies, and we'll also talk something else he might be interested in doing later when we get to the news. But we have other news to talk about. Like later on today, we're going to be hearing, man, I hate being wrong a lot of times, but I've been wrong. I was wrong. And this is one thing that really makes me mad.
We're publishing a correction.
Because
stop the presses.
Because I saw this news when we did the other show. I saw this news in the morning of that day, and I put it on our schedule to talk about because I thought it was a good thing. And then literally after the show, I got news that this movie was, in fact, getting a sequel, and that's Frozen. Before I go on with a little bit where we talk about how good it is or how we feel about it, I personally want to get it out of my system to say... Whoops.
Wah, wah, wah.
I don't have a sound effect, but
ladies and gentlemen, Joel Filomeno.
I was wrong. I
will
said
be taking
we were
an indefinite leave of absence.
We were discussing the fact that
you know who you are.
You're Brian Williams, dude.
I was there. I was there. But we were discussing that Frozen directors, I can't remember their names, were not in talks of doing a sequel, and they weren't interested in doing a sequel. An hour after our show that day, they announced a sequel.
Frozen 2 is your helicopter.
I have another reason to be mad at Frozen.
So you're telling us your sources aren't that great then?
Urban Dictionary Live.
No, it was a different website. Don't worry.
Hey, it's all right. Hey, we've all been there, Joel. So don't take it.
It was a different website, so I'm never going there.
I once wrote an article for another radio station that gave a wrong fact in there. I didn't do my fact checking. Luckily, no one probably reads those. So.
No. That's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. You can never report false rumors.
Good thing I got it fixed before anyone ever read it.
Yeah, unlike me, that went off and blurted it out. It's like Frozen's not getting a sequel. All the world heard me say those words, and I was wrong.
We're sorry, America.
We're sorry. I let you
We're
down.
sorry, the world.
We're sorry, Norman. We're sorry, Oklahoma. We're sorry, America.
It's one thing if Brian Williams does it. It's another thing if I do it.
If Joel Filomeno does it, if that happens.
My credibility, man.
It's
on recovery.
Let's be real. It's a much more serious topic than the whole Brian Williams thing.
Yeah.
That's true, though.
Much more serious.
That is true.
But people probably care a whole lot more.
We both talk about real things, though.
Yeah.
Real. We really like to talk real things.
Or not real things in this case.
That's true.
But let's move on.
What's next?
What's not next? We have what's next is.
Hey, you know what is next? Frozen 2.
Oh, God. You know what? If they cancel it, I'm gonna be the happiest guy. And the thing is, a lot of little girls and a lot of other people.
Yeah, Joe killed some souls last week.
A lot of other people might be distraught by it, but not me. I'd be relieved because I was correct from the beginning. But no, at this point I'm not. But we're not just talking about Frozen. We're talking about other anime movies. We're getting our top 5 animated movies. Gatlin's got a list. I've got a list, and Hayden's got a list.
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped too. And we also throw in a little curveball to which animated movies we think is the worst.
That one got thrown on me like last second, so I'm definitely gonna do some research during the show.
Same here.
I got mine.
But I already got one. On the top of my head. So, but also something exciting too. We're bringing back something that was really fun. But this time, instead of me giving the quiz, it's going to be Gatlin.
That's right.
What's
Bum,
the
bum,
quiz
bum.
about?
Animated movies.
Oh,
We're
stick
gonna
with
do
the
an
theme
animated
here.
quiz, and so you're gonna see which one of between me and Hayden knows our animated.
And just so
movies
they
better.
know, animated, because I texted Joel to be sure of this. 'Cause,
Yeah.
when you think animated, like our generation, a lot of them think
Pixar movies.
Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Right.
But this anime is going back all the way to the 30s
I'm
with,
pumped.
with
Yeah,
Disney.
with the old Walt Disney
Yeah.
movies. Yeah. I'm
So-
definitely
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah.
Get
So-
out your old encyclopedias, boys. Dust off them.
Urban Dictionary.
Get your Urban Dictionary at Joel and get ready to go because it's going to be a fun ride.
Fear.
for the
What is it?
quiz.
Fear money doesn't make money.
Scared money don't make
Oh.
money.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I gotta tell y'all a story about this weekend.
Okay.
Okay, talking about spring break. I forgot to talk about this.
Oh,
Okay, so
jeez.
Friday night, I went to a banquet, right? And I ate and ate and ate. It was awesome. It's my brother's senior banquet, and so we go, and I get home, and I know something's up. That night, I got a stomach virus.
That's when you got sick?
I got super sick that night.
Ugh.
The next day, my whole family was in town to celebrate my birthday. They had made this awesome mushroom sauce. My aunt's an awesome cook. She'd made all this awesome food, and I had to sit on the couch and watch everybody eat it.
Ugh, that stinks, dude. Because you have to watch it. You have to watch them eat one of your favorite things.
It was my birthday watching them eat, but it was cool. It was cool to be with my family, but it was like of all the days to get sick. Sorry, but I had to share.
The thing is, like, for me, I always get sick during Christmas season, so.
You know what it was a lot like? It's
fantastic.
like when I watched the Avengers. It's that same feeling.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna cut you off right there. Let's talk
Mic off.
Let's talk some some news this week. Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible's next movie, Rogue Nation. The trailer has been released. What do you guys think? Have you guys even
I
watched it?
watched it. I'm excited. Okay, I'm not going to lie. The last couple of Mission Impossibles have blown my mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The last one, Ghost Protocol,
Oh, so good,
phenomenal.
incredible.
And then that's when I finally appreciate Tom Cruise. I used to just be a Tom Cruise hater. I used to be like, this guy.
When he was on Oprah.
Oh, I mean,
Jumping up and
oh,
up.
I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. No, who cares? You Scientologists. But guess what? I can't judge the man because he makes good movies. I think his last 4 or 5 movies I've really enjoyed. This one's going to be pretty good, I believe, just from that first trailer. And then you get the awesome Mission Impossible theme song to go with it.
Yeah,
Boom, 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 boom.
and Tom Cruise
boom,
is
boom.
probably the most polarizing superstar actor, blockbuster actor out there because
And he's like 55.
yeah, and he's not aging. He really doesn't age.
I actually kind of like Tom Cruise a little bit.
I love his movies.
He's good at dude. He's
He's
good.
great.
at what he
He's
does.
good at
He's a
being
great
Tom
actor.
Cruise. Like
And
as long as he doesn't veer out of that, he's
And he
okay.
picks good movie. He hasn't.
Yeah, he's
I
such a
don't
great
know.
actor. And I feel like he has real good passion for projects he does, which is fantastic. When an actor has that much passion going into it, because usually a director has more passion.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. I really liked Operation Valkyrie.
I also loved.
that was a good movie.
I also loved The Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, it was
it-
fantastic.
Even though it was Groundhog Day with guns, it was still really
it
good.
was fantastic. Emily.
I loved
Blunt,
Oblivion. I loved Oblivion.
That's polarizing.
That's polarizing. Don't judge. Look what he just did to me.
I think I've heard
You
people
see
that
that-
loved
you
it.
said,
And like, I like it, but
If you like Edge of Tomorrow, you have to like Oblivion.
I
It's like a
rented
rule.
it. I was hanging out at my aunt's house with my girlfriend. It's great because anyway.
You're just
I'm-
full of
I'm not-
stories today.
I know. I'm it's like story time with Hayden, but no. Okay, so we were watching. We went to Redbox and they didn't have anything. I was like, Oblivion. I haven't seen it. Let's rent it. Worst decision I've ever made.
oh, DC's the worst movie I've ever
This is the
rented.
worst movie I have ever watched.
now, what about it didn't you like? Tell me what you didn't like.
I just the storyline didn't make. I mean, I like storylines with twist, but the twist there didn't even make that much sense to me. Like I did lean over to
No spoilers, by the way.
Okay, no spoilers. I leaned over and I said I think this is how it's going to end. And I'm not a smart guy. But I was able to kind of figure out where it was going. And once you do that, I think the movies are kind of ruined. I didn't care for the movie that much.
You know,
I think
got
you're smart, Hayden.
I got a great idea. I think our fans should comment on our Facebook page or on our Twitter and let us know if Oblivion was a bad movie or a good movie.
If you're listening, go on our Facebook page.
Or you can hate on the Avengers too. That's
Go on
totally
our,
fine.
Hey, if you have an opinion to share, go ahead and share on our Facebook page. We would love to hear you guys talk movies with us because audience reactions are the best.
and Real Talk on Facebook or Real Talk Wire on Twitter. So please definitely go on there and
Yeah.
comment and prove me right. Prove that to Hayden and Joel that Oblivion was
And
actually a fantastic
We're
movie,
also
guys.
on the TuneIn app as well.
Yes, we are.
We're also on the TuneIn app. Just look up Your Student Radio, and you'll find us on there as The Wires, Your Student Radio.
So
But
where were we going? I'm
Let's
so
move
sorry.
on.
We got
let's
way
move
off
on
track.
to let's move on to some news. We'll have to speed track through these quite a bit,
All
but
right.
we can do that pretty easily. Let's talk a bit about Jennifer Lawrence. She's going to be done after the next X-Men movie, which is Apocalypse, coming out in 2016. She can always change her mind, obviously, but I do think this is her final X-Men movie as Mystique. What do you guys think?
I don't care. You know why?
Why?
I like Rebecca Romaine Stamos as my Mystique. She was the original Mystique in X-Men 1, 2, and
That's
3.
true.
And that's when I think of Mystique, I think of her. And then
Yeah.
you're seeing, I don't know. That's kind of, we get into a whole other category there.
Yeah,
But to me, Jennifer Lawrence has never really fit into the character of
Mystique.
Mystique.
Hayden?
I'm not a huge X-Men fan, so I'm going to respectfully bow out of this.
Is that Hugh Jackman coming into the...
He was coming. I do like Les Mis though, Hugh. No, stop it. I really did like Les Mis though. Okay, so that's on the record.
Okay.
You're the man.
Yeah, but how I feel about Jennifer Lawrence, she's a really busy actress. She's doing so many projects out there. I think she's pretty much done with the Hunger Games now. I think they finished filming quite a while back because they were filming them back to back with the first part, and she's gonna be done there.
She's hungry for something else.
She's done with the.
I did like her.
The X-Men. The world is her oyster. You know?
I did like her in Silver Linings Playbook. She played a really good nuts lady.
Yeah, she's great. She's a great actress with a lot of range, and she's very believable too, which is what I enjoy about her acting. But she's got a lot of places to go.
You know, she had no training. Did you know that?
Yeah, she's just natural.
Yeah,
There's
she
hope
said ever since she was a kid,
for
she's been
us.
able to lie.
She's just a natural at it, man.
And like lying just came naturally to her. So she just like, oh, I
Hey,
do have my acting.
shout out then. If you're a good liar, go to Hollywood or Congress.
Well, if you look at
Oh.
it, hey, look.
Oh,
Hey, do you see
Kidding.
that though? If you look at it, that's all there is out there. And Hollywood, think about it.
A
Tom
lot of them are
Cruise.
liars. A lot of them are liars. But let's move on, guys. We
All
got
right,
more
we got-
news to discuss. Like I said, James Wan is interested in directing a DC movie. What do you guys feel about James Wan directing DC? The director of The Conjuring, Insidious 1 and 2, and Fast 7, expanding possibly to DC? What do you guys think?
okay. I haven't seen Insidious or The Conjuring, but he sounds like a. This is me trying to sound intelligent. He sounds like a good director, so it sounds like he would do a good job. Joel, what do you think, though? I mean, I know you know this guy a lot more than I do.
Oh, James Wan is so... he's a great director because Insidious and The Conjuring are not just good horror movies, but they're just good movies in which he really made a lot out of nothing. They're so low budget, and he's able to do so much with so little, and that's something that that really lacks in a lot of Hollywood movies, is that all these directors are hand-given so much money and so much to work with. They sometimes lose sight of, the vision for the movie. And with James Wan, I feel like, from what I'm hearing, Fast 7's really good. So if James Wan can do that for a franchise like Fast and Furious, he can translate that to DC easily, in my opinion. What do you think, Gatlin?
I mean, honestly, I'm just right there with you. The Conjuring is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen.
Freaky.
It got me. And Insidious, it's freaky. So I definitely think he will do a good job. I mean, what I've read, especially with the whole Paul Walker situation,
Yeah.
he was excellent in handling
Yeah.
it and developing the story without him being able to have all the production
Right.
shots and everything of.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of they had a lot of audio issues too because
Yeah.
they do a lot of ADR afterwards,
Mhm.
and so I just think I trust James Wan. If you look at his history, he's done excellent, and this is kind of a new genre for him to kind of go into.
Absolutely.
But I think he'll do great. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I'm just me. I'm the action guy. I like it. I like all the action films.
Yeah.
So
And I think Fast 7 is his coronation to it.
I just
To
hope he
that
turns it
new
into
area.
a scary movie. That would
Hey,
be
there's
awesome.
there's a lot of freaky, scary characters in DC.
I hate scary movies, y'all.
But I'm just saying, like, he can
Can't do
work with a little bit and make it something really cool.
No,
And that's my opinion over James Wan. As far as horror movies goes, you can have your different opinions. Some of them don't like it. Obviously, I don't like horror movies that much either. But James Wan is great as far as like working with so little and then taking it to an extent like that. And in my opinion, he's gonna be great for a DC movie. I feel like Fast 7 is probably gonna prove that. But let's move on. We got Frozen. We already talked Frozen getting a sequel.
Let it go.
So, rant over. What do we feel about Frozen getting a sequel?
I don't know, Joel. What do you think about that?
Well, we already know what he doesn't think about it.
As far as like where the movie could go, what do you guys think? Like, what more can we learn about Anna and Elsa and the snowman?
Like I said earlier, or last show, I still haven't seen Frozen,
Oh, okay.
so
It is worth watching.
It is pretty good, actually.
It's not a bad
so many
animated
other
film.
movies I had to watch.
Okay,
though.
like I said, I went and saw it in theaters, and I walked away going, "That was a pretty good Disney film."
Yeah.
And then like it blew up
Right,
within like a couple
right,
weeks, and
right.
I
I
was
was
like, "Okay,
like-
now it's out of hand."
It's out of hand, but if Disney's gonna do that when they get a nice franchise like that, and
They won't let it go.
they won't let it go. But I'm surprised they didn't do one over Tangled either. It's all about the money, though. It's all about the money.
If you're
Money,
afraid,
money.
wait, the fear doesn't make the money.
Scared money don't make money.
Oh, there it is.
Gotta risk
Scared money don't make.
Risk it to get
money.
the biscuit, boys. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so this one's a pretty big one, in my opinion. This is probably the biggest news that came out during spring break, and I know Hayden probably doesn't want to talk too much about it.
Communist.
But the Russo brothers, man, they're just everywhere now. After Captain America, the Winter Soldier,
Oh wait, I think I know where this is going.
they're gonna be in charge of a lot. They're gonna be in charge at Sony with Marvel's handling of Spider-Man, and
Don't say it.
the Russo brothers are going to be directing
Don't say it.
the next Avengers
Ah, there it is again.
after the Age of Ultron. Joss Whedon's going to take a step back and let these guys work with the 2 new Avengers movies coming out in 2017, 2019. I have a good feeling what they're going to be about. It's the Infinity War. It's going to be a massive, massive movie.
Actually, I do have an opinion on this,
Go ahead.
and it's not my usual Avengers opinion
That's
here.
good. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, in all seriousness, I was talking to a friend who does know comic books a whole lot more than I do, and he was really excited about the Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because apparently it does bring together a lot of the Marvel universe, right?
Mhm.
Like a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff
Yeah.
and all that come together. I think I think the Avengers has a ton of potential. I don't hate the characters. I don't hate the individual movies. It's just when the way they handled the whole franchise, the first film, I just thought it was really poorly done.
Yeah.
But I am excited if they can do something cool with this. If they can tell a cool story with it, have cool, good character development. I'm all about that.
And that's why they bring in the Russo brothers. Go ahead, Gatlin.
Okay, I was gonna tell you. Okay, you know how this is when you and Keegan were talking about this the last show, and you said that you felt like it's just a cluster of superheroes.
Yeah.
Okay, and now think about this: when they bring in the Infinity War, they're gonna have that
That's a good-
cluster you already don't like. Plus, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man's probably gonna be in there.
Oh, man.
And
crazy.
yeah, so think about that.
Imagine
so
if they get the
that's,
hands on
I mean, I still am gonna appreciate it, but I see where y'all came from. I thought about it.
Imagine
after
if
the
they get their
show, and
hands. Imagine if they get their hands on Fox's X-Men and Fantastic Four.
I don't think
I don't
Fox
think they will
part
either.
ways with those.
And
No,
here's
they're doing a good job too. So.
Here's another thing with the Avengers. They're totally just trying to make money, because I think it would have been better if they had just done the film without doing all these backstories.
Mhm.
Because I think that's where they messed up in character development, because you can't get any set feel for a film, for a franchise, because all these guys have their own thing going on,
Yeah.
and it just feels awkward when they're all together. They just don't fit well together. So.
Okay. And my opinion about this, the Russo brothers, by the way, directed The Winter Soldier. Fantastic Marvel movie. Fantastic. And it was great because it was kind of like a spy thriller. It really felt like a spy thriller with Captain America in it. And I feel like it's great that they're going to move over to Sony to oversee a lot of
Wait a
Spider-Man
second.
things.
Wait a second, guys. Joel has been talking about the Avengers sequel here, right, this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, with Joel's track record here, we may wake up tomorrow morning.
No, I think this is really confirmed because this was like a week ago.
Avengers 2 is off.
I've seen-
Joel said it was
no,
happening, so we
I've
know
seen-
it's not.
I
What's
saw
your
this.
sources,
I saw
Joel?
this.
What's your sources?
The sources Screen Rant, but I saw this at almost every movie article. I was looking all over,
Urban Dictionary.
not Urban Dictionary, all around the web for some news for the show, and I thought this was massive. And for me, in my personal opinion, if this is true,
Hedging.
and which I feel like it's very true, then I am really confident in the next two Avengers movie after this one, because they're bringing in Thanos. And for those of you who don't know who Thanos is, if you stood around for the Avengers,
I think I know this, Joel.
for the first Avengers movie.
Can I guess on this?
After the credits, what?
He's the blue guy, right? At the
end of the first Avengers,
I've been wondering where he went.
He was in Guardians of the
I was
Galaxy.
gonna say he's in Guardian.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's going to be played by Josh Brolin. So he is going to be the big bad of those two movies. Two movies, not one, but two. Two movies. And he's going to be facing off all of these Avengers. And it makes sense for all of them to come together because this is a galactical villain. All the other villains we met, like Loki, was kind of galactical. But Thanos, the story is about the gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet, about these gems that are going in it. And once Thanos gets control of it, he basically controls all of reality, time, space, everything. And if you've noticed, in every Marvel movie, there is always a gem or like this kind of crystal. Like in Guardians, there was this crystal. And Avengers, there was this crystal. And the next one, there's going to be another. All these crystals are going to come together in this gauntlet that Thanos has. And that's when... That's when he's gonna throw down, and the Avengers
He's gonna throw down the gauntlet.
He's gonna throw down the gauntlet and go straight after the Avengers, and that's gonna be amazingly awesome to see this all-out war that's gonna be happening in the Avengers. And man, I'm just so excited for it. Spider-Man could be in it, guys. Spider-Man, can you imagine that? Spider-Man could be in it, and in my opinion, man, it's gonna be massive.
I feel like Joel.
I'm nerding out right now.
I was gonna say Joel's had a nerd out.
And here's the thing.
Moment.
I'm a DC person. I'm a DC guy. I love Batman, Superman, a lot more than the Marvel characters.
Aquaman.
Aquaman's actually looking really cool lately.
I know.
But I'm just saying.
He was my favorite superhero.
This is an incredible thing to see Marvel do, is to take all of these characters into a movie in which they're doing their best to focus on all these characters and put them in two movies this massive. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited.
And at this point, I hope that the comic book hero craze doesn't end, because if it does end, people are gonna be like, oh, great, another superhero movie. Gotta sit through this, unless it's really good. If they keep coming up with home runs after home run, telling you, man, I don't see a foreseeable future where this ends. This craze.
After you see what's coming up, I almost feel like we're gonna be getting force-fed so much superhero movies,
and that's the one thing I think it will kill it probably.
And that's what I'm afraid of. So
they're running out of content, but they're not slowing down. That's the problem.
That's my only complaint about it, is that
there's
so much of an abundance about it.
Reboot, baby.
Yeah, they're gonna.
The Fantastic Four. Oh,
that's what they're gonna do.
That's what
they're gonna keep doing.
They're not afraid. You know why?
Reboot.
Because afraid money doesn't
make
Scared
money.
money don't make money. And Marvel knows that too. So there's DC though. DC is trying to get their stuff together and make their own universe. Man, everyone's just trying to get this universe of like movies together. It's crazy. I'm just like, man, remember when Spider-Man was just a single movie?
I do.
Remember when Batman was just like a trilogy?
Yep.
Man.
Those were the good old days.
We're
going to tell our kids.
Guys, there used to be just only three movies.
Back in my day, we had to wait 3 years for another superhero movie. 3 years, Dad? 3 years?
Dad, what do you mean?
I mean that you didn't get to see Superman, Spider-Man every single year.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to see Captain America and Iron Man the year after.
That's what's wrong with your generation. There's no patience.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
Back in our day, we had to look at our iPhones when we wanted to make a text.
Okay, speaking of a universe of movies, you want to give up a local spot for what's coming up out here at the Moore Norman Technology Center?
Yeah,
April 7th, I
a
believe.
big shout out to Moore Norman Technology Center. They're actually having a red carpet film festival where they have student-developed movies. And
Joel's an alum.
And I'm an alum. Yeah, I had a movie there a couple years ago. It was fantastic back in 2012. Really fun experience. I definitely encourage you all to go by Moore Norman Technology Center, get some tickets for the show. I mean, it's a lot of fun to be in there with all those short films, with those student run films. I remember when I was there, it felt like a red carpet event, man. You just had all these posters and all these people on this red carpet event, just all going to watch some movies. It's pretty awesome, and it's going to be at the Norman Theater, I believe.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, Norman Theater.
What's cool is to me is there's also a lot of local actors in all those films,
Right.
because and a lot of them are at the Actor Factory here in Norman.
Mhm.
A lot of them, are from that you've seen in commercials, the Thunder commercials, the Devon Energy commercials,
Yeah.
all these people, but they're actually in feature roles.
Mhm.
So you can actually see their real talent. There's a difference between commercial and feature acting.
Yeah.
So, and it's really neat to see all these people actually use their talents to see how they do in these student-written films. And these student
Yeah.
films are neat to kind of see where our generation's going with filmmaking. So I thought we should get.
Yeah, I'm so excited too. Like every year I go,
Mhm.
even after my movie, every year I go because I think it's so awesome to see students create at a very, very young age compared to some people learn in college how to do some film. You learn at a young age. I remember when I wanted to do film, it was 15, 16.
making those NFL highlight videos
And get banned off YouTube. But when I made a movie and pitched it, it's very cool how they do it too. You pitch your idea and you get approved to make your movie, your short film. You have about a week and a half. I don't know if it is now, but I think a good while to shoot your film, edit it, premieres. You have a lot of rough cuts. You just polish your work and show your best, pretty much. And it's such an honor if your movie does get shown, because you get to be shown your project in front of hundreds of people.
Guys, we should do a radio drama.
And in my opinion, do what?
Let's do a radio drama, the three of us.
The story of three men in a radio
Three
show.
guys decided to talk movies.
We
And
could show off our theatrical ability right here.
And keep it real.
We could do a World of Worlds with just like Orson Welles did.
Do
And
the
have everybody
Orson
freak out. There's a tornado in Norman, guys!
Oh,
my gosh, it's just
whoa.
Speaking of
correction,
that, yeah.
correction. Frozen 2, and there is no Frozen 2. Oh, wait, there is a Frozen 2.
Oh,
and there's
come
no
on.
tornado in
Tornado.
Norman.
But we are under possibly
Tornado watch.
Tornado watch here in
Yes,
in the Norman
in all
area.
seriousness.
If you are listening to locally, obviously, we encourage you to just be aware of that.
Yeah, check out your TVs.
Check out your TVs, check your apps, make sure you are weather aware. All right, guys. So let's talk box office. We obviously didn't get to talk about last week, and there was quite a big movie that came out that week, and that movie would be Insurgent. Insurgent debuted at $52.3 million. Man, big fish. All right.
There it is again.
Big fish eat little fish. All right. Number 2 on the list, Cinderella at $35 million.
I had a lot of friends see that.
Yeah, I think it premiered 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I think every girl I knew.
Run All Night at $5 million. The Gunman at $5 million. Kingsman: The Secret Service is at 4.6, and these numbers are from Rotten Tomatoes. So, guys, did you see any of these movies that came out this weekend?
Well, I did not. I might have gone and seen maybe like Cinderella or one of them.
You might have. You either win or you didn't. See.
Well, I was too busy. Yeah.
Well, Gatlin, why are you making that facial?
I'm trying to.
that face?
I'm trying to find a nice way to say upchucking. So.
You don't like Cinderella? You don't want to see Cinderella at all?
Oh no, I do. I was kind of indisposed all weekend. Like couldn't get out of bed.
I almost said like something really bad, but I just decided it wasn't against you. It was against some celebrity. So I just.
Oh, come on. Let's hear who.
No, I'm gonna refrain from
Keep
using it.
Keep it on the
Defamation.
keep it on the download. Okay.
Defamation.
Kind of like
Yes.
Frozen 2.
I'm just gonna let it go.
So they released the information to Joel secretly so that he would generate this hype. Then they came out with the anti-hype, and it's Disney. They're everywhere,
Hey, this
man.
happened to Howard Stern one time too, so don't worry about it. It happens-
Oh, you're.
And he's
That's
still
a-
well respected, right?
Oh, he's
Well-
one of
well-
he's like the number one DJ in America still.
Great, good.
I don't know if I'd use the word respected though.
There's still
but
hope. But I will be respected from now on. I will always be respected.
You will rise from the
Little
ashes.
Eric
rise
Cartman.
from the ashes.
The frozen ashes.
Respect my authority. All right. Insurgent. Did you guys hear anything about it? Did you guys see it? What do you guys think?
I heard that it was not that good. Honestly, they said it didn't flow, but this is somebody who read the book. And you know how people are when they read the book.
Oh, very nitpicky.
Yes, and they're like, "Well, it didn't."
Those snobby book readers.
It was actually a chick. I'm not gonna give my chick voice, but she's like,
Oh no, I
Let's
I
hear
wanna
it. Let's
I wanna
hear it.
Oh, Gatlin, I'm just gonna say, it just didn't go with the book that well, and I really like the books, so Yeah. Hey, well, she had more to it, but I was too busy. Like, oh, well, you know what?
That character didn't die in the books. That character is dead in the books.
And they said
What?
that the first
Kidding, I
movie
don't know.
didn't go as long as the book was, and then the second movie
I didn't
was
see the
too
first one,
long
yeah.
Okay.
for the book.
Okay,
don't
I
know.
will say this: when it comes to books and films, I've not read The Hunger Games. My
Okay.
brother has though.
Do you like
It's
it?
like, what is it? I'm not a doctor, but I've played one in TV. So it's that kind of deal. But no, this third Hunger Games, it felt like they were just trying to stretch it for money. Like
yeah.
there was no storyline in that third film.
And
it
no
was
doubt.
slow.
And bringing that
Ugh.
back to the Divergent Insurgent
it all
series,
comes back around.
I'm just like, I haven't seen the first one, so I really cannot review it properly as much as I want to. But I do feel like what you're saying is true about this franchise as well.
Now I have seen the first one in this series.
Okay.
And I felt like it was just playing on this whole apocalyptic
Just like the Hunger
teenage
Games.
love. It's
Twilight,
Same
Hunger
song,
Games,
second
all
verse.
mixed together.
Exactly.
Can it be worse than Twilight? I don't know.
Hey,
about
you
that.
know what? I'm gonna
Team-
tell you right
you don't
now.
Have, well, you have teams again. Team this person, team that guy. I'm just like,
I'm just not a Shailene Woodley fan. I don't know what it is
she
about
was
her.
she was really good in The Fault in Our Stars. I liked her in that.
See, but I still haven't seen it, and I heard that is a tearjerker even for dudes, which
I did
mean,
not
me,
cry.
I am anti cry dude. So if I cry, it's probably good. But I'm trying to stay away from it to a girlfriend or something comes
And-
along in my life. I watch Gone Girl and that ain't happening. So
I still
all
haven't seen that.
All I'm saying is I still see her from A Secret Life of a pregnant teenage, whatever that show was, and I just go ugh.
And the thing,
Ugh,
thing-
ABC Family, and she turned into one of the biggest actresses in America. It makes I don't know. I'm very biased towards Shailene Woodley.
I didn't
so-
cry when that movie came out, but the person I was sitting next to, like she never cried in movies either, and she was like watching me the whole time, making sure if I cried or not.
Tough,
I'm like,
looking at your tough guy scale.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna cry.
oh man, I cry.
Charles got impressed.
I cry all the time in films.
There were so many girls in that theater. It was crazy. It was packed with girls. I was just like, am I the only guy here?
Okay, I've never cried in a movie theater though. Okay, Marley and
I
Me
have.
though.
I have.
Marley and Me was
Oh
tough.
man, that's tough.
Because everybody else was crying. It's when everybody else starts crying. That's when the problem happens.
I cried. I can't remember what I cried in. I won't say actually. Okay.
The
No, I want to know. I want to know,
It's a
Joel.
Notebook.
I want to
It's
know
a
what
Notebook.
film it is.
This staying on the down low for forever and ever.
No, you brought it up.
Some people out there know what movie it is because they were with me at the time. But
Frozen 1.
no, I did not.
Can
cry
we
for
start
it.
referring to it as Frozen 1?
Yes, it's definitely Frozen.
If you make a sequel, you are forever
Okay.
designated.
Here,
to
how about this? How about this? It wasn't animated, and I didn't hate it. Well, obviously, I wouldn't cry if I hated
The
it.
Avengers? Joel
You're
cried at
getting
the
warmer.
Avengers.
You're getting warmer.
Star
but it's not-
Wars.
No, you're getting
Oh.
warmer.
So
I'm
it's
not
a-
gonna let
it's
you.
a superhero film.
I'm not
Captain
gonna let
America.
you. I'm not gonna let you guys.
It's
get
Batman,
close.
The Dark Knight Rises. He
So,
cried.
let's talk-
Oh, that's
Let's-
it.
let's talk-
That's it, baby.
let's
And
talk-
I know it. Okay, Joel's a huge Batman.
Let's talk
fan.
Kingsman
Yes.
now.
Joel was a huge.
When he thought he died.
Please.
No spoilers. Okay, we'll just go on something else. All right.
We're killing
We figured
Joel.
it out though.
We did it.
Detectives.
Yeah, baby.
Gatlin and Hayden on the case.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, Kingsman. Made $4.6 million.
Should have made more.
Should make more. Should have made more.
It's
obviously.
already made the 100 million.
But it's still in the
mark.
top 5. I'm still happy to see it in the top 5, making money, making sure that it's going out there. And I feel like it's going to get an international revenue anyway. So
And if it
gonna
stays
do a good
bold,
job.
it's great because you know what they say: afraid money.
scared money.
Makes money.
Scared money don't make money.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
Hey, you know what? I think it's gonna fall out this week because you got
Yeah,
two
it
big
will.
movies coming out this week, right? Is it this week? Where Get Hard comes out. And
Yeah, Get Hard is.
I know, but it's coming out and it's gonna make money because they've been marketing it well.
It might-
It has two big
Yeah.
comedians in it, and Kevin Hart movies lately have not busted.
Yeah.
So
And
and Will Ferrell has had a few busts lately. It's gonna. I mean, honestly, I even want to go see it now.
But-
And I honestly, at first, I was like, I don't want to see that. That looks stupid.
But comedies aren't doing good at all this year.
I guarantee you it makes $50 million.
They're not doing good at all this year though with money. Like we saw the Horrible Boss sequel didn't get very much. The Vince Vaughn movie or whatever.
But the times it came out were bad, though.
it's still a bad time, I think.
I know right now it is too, but I feel like you said, they're expanding the summer range into late March, like we talked about last show.
Yeah.
And this I'm telling you right now, it's this week and next week is when they're going to be start hitting these, the summer blockbusters. They'll be coming at us because there's another big movie coming out. March 31st, or 30th? There's another one coming out.
Oh gosh.
It's a big one.
Frozen 2.
Not yet. Let me get on my little research, Daddy. Y'all go ahead and start talking about
Get the research radar.
All right, Run All Night. Have you seen Run All Night yet?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, basically,
his new role as an action hero.
basically,
specific set of skills.
taken the sequel to sequel to sequel.
I don't-
But I have
don't
actually
know.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been hearing good things about it. Surprisingly, because it has James Strong, I think. What's his name?
Wait,
James who?
Not James Strong. What's his name? He was in.
Ed Harris?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong. Yeah, Mark Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Is
That's-
Ed Harris in it?
I think Ed Harris.
Ed Harris is in it.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
It's got a good cast. I'm excited.
Ed Harris is an
but I think
Oklahoma
every-
guy, isn't
I
he?
kind of want to
He
see
is
it
from-
too.
He went to school here. He's not from here, but he went to school at the University of Oklahoma Drama Department.
Shameless plug.
Alumni. Big shout out. But yeah, I haven't seen Run All Night, and I am getting a vibe, like a Taken vibe from it. But I'm still curious to see it because it's doing much better than the last Taken movie did in the ratings as far as critics goes, and audiences feel a lot better for this one too. I know there's been a lot of jokes, even me, that've been saying, yeah, it's basically Taken, but maybe it's something better.
Home, that Jim Parsons' new animated movie. I mean, it's gonna make money because it's a kid movie.
Yeah, Home. Steve Martin, Rihanna, Jim Parsons, Jennifer Lopez. I don't know. Maybe it can catch some
That's
money.
this week.
It's probably gonna get the only. It's only gonna. It's
animated
gonna.
movie.
It's only gonna get
Furious
the.
7's
I feel
coming
like it's
out
gonna
next
grab.
week.
Yeah, Furious 7's gonna take a lot of money, but I feel like that movie is going to take more off the SpongeBob movie audience. Not so much everything
And
else.
That made what 42 million in opening
That's true.
weekend?
That's true. But I feel like Fast 7 or Furious 7, whatever it's called, Furious Fast 7, it's gonna make $1 billion.
Furious, Fast, and
Can I just give
Shameless 7.
Can I give everybody kind of a heads up on what movies are coming out? pretty
Go
soon?
ahead.
All right, we got. I'm just gonna go with the next. I'm
we
just
do
give a couple names.
Just do a March. Just
hey,
do
can
a
we
March
do a
and
play or
April.
pass on this too? Like a see it or
All right, Home, the new animated film with Jim Parsons,
Pass.
Rihanna,
Pass.
Steve Martin, Jennifer Lopez.
pass?
Serena with Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence,
Pass.
Rise F. I can't remember to say his last name. Ifans and Toby Jones.
I'm
It
in
actually looks good.
I'm in the
but-
middle.
Okay, Get Hard with Will Ferrell
Pass.
and Kevin Hart. I'm gonna go watch that. All right, okay, and then April we have Woman in Gold, Helen Mirren's new movie about the paintings that got stolen from her family during World War II, and Ryan Reynolds is her lawyer who's trying to fight the
Oh.
government.
Middle.
That looks
Yeah,
like it's gonna be a
middle.
good story,
I'll
but
go-
it
I'll
has
go with-
no marketing.
I'll see some of those
I'm with
ratings and
Joe.
see what happens.
Furious 7,
Pass.
I'm going.
good.
I'm going to see it.
All right,
Once
Super
people-
Fast, the
Super Fast.
the parody to Fast.
Pass.
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 Okay.
Super pass.
Ex Machina coming out April 10th. It's you've seen the commercials for it. Looks kind of freaky almost,
I
but
haven't seen it. I don't know.
science fiction-y. Has the guy from the redheaded guy from About Time. I can't. Dalman Hall Gleason. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be
Oscar
the,
Isaac's in it.
Yeah, they're both in next Star Wars, so I'm in the middle for this one probably.
The Longest Ride with Clint Eastwood's son Scott Eastwood, Britt Robertson and Melissa. I believe it's kind of almost a love story, but not
Pass.
It's like a Hope Floats.
Pass.
All right, April 17th, Unfriended, the new horror movie of April.
Pass.
Probably pass.
All day long. Pass.
Probably pass.
I think you're going to appreciate this one. Child 44 with Tom Hardy, Joel Kinnaman, Naomi Rapace. I can't ever say it. Rapace.
Middle.
And Gary Oldman.
Middle.
What's the premise on it?
You haven't
No.
seen it?
What's the
It's
premise
like
on this
it's
thing?
not. Isn't it? Is it Russians or Nazis?
I'm going on my hunch instead of saying middle.
I'm down with either one
It's
of
the
those.
Nazis. It's a
Not
World War
because
II film.
I condone, because I enjoy history. I just want to throw
All
that
right,
out there.
The last one for April 17th, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Pass.
Yes, all day long.
Pass.
Yes.
Gosh, I hated the first one.
All
I mean,
right, and then
no, it's not saying it wasn't funny.
and then the very I'll just tell you. I'll give you a quick.
Quick.
See, it's just like what happened last? What happened? The voice.
The
The voice.
Your Android.
The voice.
Get on
Yo,
your
all right,
Android
the
device.
voice.
The big summer blockbusters start May are gonna be Avengers: Age of Ultron,
Go.
Mad Max: Fury Road,
Go.
Pitch Perfect 2,
No
Go.
way.
Tomorrowland,
Go.
No.
Poltergeist with Sam Rockwell. I'm excited.
Yo, go.
San Andreas with The Rock.
No, I saw
Middle,
that commercial.
middle,
No
middle.
way.
I
All
like The
right,
Rock.
and then that is it for May. So that was your early
Wow,
summer-
May. I think I'm
summer
seeing, like,
block-
two
May,
film
dude.
preview.
May is gonna be stacked. All
Good
right.
thing school's getting out then.
It's gonna be crazy during that month. Cars 2 has got to be the most stupid and for me, the most ridiculous Pixar movie ever. It was so pointless. I didn't want to see Mater become a spy. I didn't want to see him go to Europe.
Became a spy?
He was tolerable in the first one, but this one was just an overextension. I was just hurting my head with this Larry the Cable Guy every second. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. Owen Nelson was barely in it, too. And I'm just like, it's like if the first Cars just like, they got rid of all the heart from it and just shoved it into like, in Europe.
It's a Disney robot.
It's exactly what it is.
Took it out of the heartland of America and put it over in Europe.
And this movie kind of catapulted into that. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Planes. Another movie.
Yeah,
that was horrible. That was bad too.
It's bad enough they're doing it with our cars. Now they're doing it with our cars.
But just and the movie, not only was it bad just because it was bad, it was bad because it was disappointing and it came from Pixar, and it shouldn't have. Pixar is better than that. Pixar should be above catering just to mainstream audiences and catering to the money, like Gatlin's doing right now.
Johnny Manziel said it best.
It's all about money, but
Gatlin's
I mean,
making the money symbol up in
Pixar,
here.
you already have people buying into your movies. Why not make it a good one? That's what I'm thinking. But
it's never a good idea to take American cars.
Pixar has had a bump in the road, but they've had a lot of success, which I will get to in my top 5. But now we are getting to our honorable mentions, guys. I believe you all have your own honorable mentions as well. Hayden, take it away.
Yeah, I love this film, and it didn't make the top 5, and not because I was trying to keep it out of the top 5, just because I made my top 5 and then I realized, man, I didn't even put this in here. But Finding Nemo. Honestly, it could be number 1. I mean, it's a great film, best storyline I think of any animated film. I've got other ones because of nostalgia, because of music, because of other things, but I think Finding Nemo.
Don't
is
touch
right up
the
there.
butt.
Did it tug at your heartstrings like it did at me?
Oh man, it's got every aspect of a good story. That's what makes a good animated film. It's just a good film. Take out the animated.
And for me, Finding Nemo is a perfect example of not catering to lowering the IQ of a movie just so it appeals to kids. Kids movies can be smart. Kids movies can be great for a family.
Yeah,
and
adults
and Pixar and even Disney in the past have proven that with their classics. And Finding Nemo is definitely one of those classics. It was so close to being in my top 5, but what kept it out of there was a non-Pixar movie that had a whole bunch of heart and really like touched the idea of friendship over anything, and that was How to Train Your Dragon. I loved the first one.
So that's your honorable mention right there?
That's my honorable mention, yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. The second one was great. I thought it was probably a little better, but as for the first one touched me a lot more in like a friendship type of way. Like it doesn't matter if you're smaller or if you're not the biggest, but like the biggest and the strongest, you can make a difference. And in that movie, Hiccup and his I think Hiccup was the guy's name, and
I think so. Yeah, I think.
And I can't remember the dragon's name. It was
Toothless.
Toothless, yeah. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh man, I feel.
But
like a little kid here.
It just felt so awesome to see that type of movie done by non-Pixar movie, DreamWorks, because DreamWorks have done great movies, anime movies too, but this is the first time they really exceeded the heart. You know, they finally brought in a lot more heart in their movies, and they've done that with Kung Fu Panda. I love Kung Fu Panda too. It was close, but How to Train Your Dragon really brought in the bond of friendship, how it can overcome a lot of obstacles. So Gatlin, how about you?
All right, I got 2 honorable mentions. I'm gonna throw them out real quick. I also probably had like 5 others, but I'm not gonna rate them. Honestly, the one that we haven't talked about yet, but I'm gonna throw out the one that we have, Cars. I loved Cars, the original one, because I'm a huge history guy, and to me, we have a Route 66 that runs through where I'm from, Western Oklahoma, and I love Cars. The 1950s is like an era time period where I was always wanting to go when I was a kid. I felt like maybe that's the generation I should have been born in. And to me, it kind of captured the essence of what Route 66, the mother road, was, and it allows you to see a time, what life was like, but using it in cars. And then at the end, how modern cars and life and everything, we've gotten so caught up in what we're in. Yeah. To me, that's an awesome story. That's a lot of little kids won't understand that right now, but when they watch it later in life, they will.
In making my list, I didn't even think about Cars, but awesome film.
Yeah, the first one I like.
Awesome film, and I like you said. I think growing up, in a rural area and having family from rural areas. Both my parents grew up in small town America. it's cool to watch that movie because I felt like it touched on a lot of things.
On social
Exactly,
commentary.
and I thought it was heartwarming. I don't know.
That's the whole reason I liked it. And then my other honorable mention was Tarzan.
Oh, I like Tarzan.
I
too.
love Tarzan.
I like
Great.
this film.
Like I said earlier, we were
great.
talking earlier, the Disney movie surfers thing.
Ooh,
The-
it's got probably the most intense and dramatic villain death ever.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
exactly.
definitely,
That one
definitely.
scene we won't talk about. You don't want to ruin it. If you haven't seen Tarzan, go see it. I'm sure it's on
It's
Netflix.
been like 20 years.
Hey,
since
there's
it's come
not 20 years. 'Cause you're in 1999, so we only get.
We're getting close.
Phil Collins.
Man, I feel
the
so
Phil
old.
Collins score.
20 years?
It feels like it, but no, it's only been like 15.
To
But
me,
that's still crazy.
Yeah.
to me, Phil Collins when he collaborated with NSYNC to make "Trash in the Camp."
Oh yeah, it was
That
what
is
it's
one of
saying.
the-
That's
That's
That's pretty great.
That was one of my favorite scenes ever, probably in an animated movie. So
Uh-huh.
that's why it's in my honorable mention. And I love gorillas. Those are my favorite animals.
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to fast pace through all these ones so we can get to our quiz. But Hayden, we're gonna go through our fives really quickly. What's your fifth best animated movie?
Fifth best animated film, I'm going to have to go with The Incredibles.
Oh,
I love it. It's
great.
I when I think about it, I think back to being 10 years old, watching it in my living room with my family. Love the film.
Same here. Incredibles, my.
Well,
time.
hey, look at
That's my
that.
time.
Joel and I agreeing.
Because y'all grew up together. Y'all watched
That's
it probably.
true. That's true.
There was a lot. We went to a lot of kids camp.
We did.
camping trips, and we usually watched a movie on the bus.
Hey,
And it was either Finding Nemo or The Incredibles, right?
Joel and I,
I love The
it's
Incredibles.
our
It was-
shared history right
Incredibles is a great family movie in total, directed by Brad Bird. Man, he's awesome, and I hope
there. The real Birdman.
I really hope he comes back and directs the second one, which is finally happening. I'm
Finally
so
happening.
Happy.
Yeah, 11
I'm
years
so happy.
later.
11 years later.
Gatlin, what's your number 5?
But,
Okay, my number 5 is one that y'all may remember, may not, maybe been before y'all's time, but it definitely was in my
Y'all.
time. Because y'all were 94 babies, 95.
I'm not that young. Okay,
90
when were you? When
94.
were you? 92?
93. You
90?
know, the
Oh,
best year
come
ever.
on.
Oh, vintage, baby.
All right, anyway,
One
The
year.
Rescuers.
Oh, that's a
I
good
did
one.
put it on my list, but dude, I didn't think about
I
it.
love The Rescuers. Oh, man, I can't. I don't know. I still have flashbacks seeing that movie. You know, the
Dude.
very beginning. It makes me want to, go to.
Great film.
Oh, I love it.
Great
so,
film.
I mean, if you haven't seen The Rescuers, Google it, at least IMDb it, Rotten Tomatoes it, look it up. If you don't know what that is, and it's not like Pixar animated, it's
Traditional.
it's traditional
traditional.
animation.
And it's
so
good.
it's
It's
very good.
Okay.
All right, what's your number 4, Hayden?
My number 4, I'm gonna go with Tarzan.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
see,
with Tarzan. I had to make
Let's
a last
continue
minute
on.
decision between my 2 on my list here, but I'm gonna go with Tarzan.
Yeah,
I love
just-
that film.
Yeah, just tell us one single thing about it. What would you say to someone who hasn't seen it? Why would it be worth
I
watching?
love the friendship between him and what's her
Tarzan
name?
and,
Rosie
Jane?
O'Donnell's character.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
I can't even think of her
Can't
name.
remember
But and the elephant. So
Yeah.
it's just a cool film.
Respect.
It's funny.
it's fun. It's a really fun movie. Awesome. Fist bumps all
Fist
around.
all
Fist
around.
bumps all around. Number 4 for mine, man.
Quattro.
This was really tough because I could have put it for 3. I could have put it for 2. I could have put it for 1. But it's Beauty and the Beast.
It's a good one.
Gosh,
great
such a
choice.
fantastic movie. Oh man, the music's incredible. I think it was the first. I don't know if it was Lion King or was this movie that was the first Disney movie to be made into a musical. I got to see the musical.
It was this one.
Yeah, I got to see this musical like a year ago. Fantastic. It just reminded me of how great the movie is and the dynamic between Beauty and the Beast. You know, it's pretty awesome.
Song
And
is
it plays a nice
old
twist that
time.
the strong guy, the nice, good-looking guy, is the villain. Which
Exactly.
before then, every Disney movie was like
And
the
that-
ugly guy or just a monster.
And that's coming up on the quiz later. Little spot, little
All
Beauty
right.
and the Beast
So
question.
good thing I
Is
brushed
that
up.
this segment or are we doing that next segment?
segment.
Good thing I brushed on that. But Gatlin, what's your number 4?
My number 4, one is not a Disney movie, but it is one that tugs at those heartstrings.
Oh no.
The Iron Giant.
Oh man, I was gonna put that. Oh,
Aw, see,
Iron
I
Giant.
do not like that
I
film.
love the Iron
The
Giant.
first time I watched that film was New Year's Eve, 1999, and I didn't like
Y2K.
that film. I don't know why. I
So
remember
if
it
you
was
would have died,
my-
that'd have been the last
my
movie you
parents
watched.
went
you
to,
want me to tell who directed it? I can tell you.
Go
right
ahead,
now.
go ahead and tell us.
Brad Bird.
Exactly. I liked it a lot. I don't know. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years.
It's fantastic.
But
No,
I
hey,
remember
that-
it touched me as a child.
I haven't watched
me
it
too.
since then, so I
Me
could
too.
have just been in a bad mood that night. I was also like 5 years old, so
I really loved it too. It was great. I mean, the friendship between the giant and the kid was fantastic. But Hayden,
Tres.
Number 3.
Numero tres.
Number Trace is Number Trace.
it's
Toy
the
Story
mo-
3.
Oh,
Oh.
nice spin on it.
Nice.
I,
Toy Story
uh,
3. So this means, what is it? The only Toy Story movie, or
This is the only one on the list. Not because I don't think they're good films, but just because.
everyone praises it already?
Yeah, and I like Toy Story 1 and I like Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
But Toy Story 3 was the one that made I laughed the most in Toy Story 3. So
Yeah. Toy Story 3 was
Dude,
fun.
that
Well, even though
the
they almost
ending-
died.
The
Oh.
ending on Toy Story
Even though the
3.
toys
Oh.
almost died.
I went and played with my toys after that.
I was a senior in high school. Was that 2012?
It was 2010.
10.
The movie
2010?
came out
Yeah.
2010
I guess I wasn't a senior.
because
in
Cars
high
2
school.
came out 20.
I don't know. I watched it with my family, and my mom was sitting next to me.
My
She was-
mama.
My mama.
My mom.
She
All
was
right.
crying the whole time. So.
Yeah. So number 3 on my list, man, probably best animated movie Robin Williams ever did. I think it's
You ain't
self-explanatory.
never got a friend. Never got a friend.
Yeah, you heard it earlier. It's Aladdin,
Hey,
man. I
good
love the movie so much. It's great. It's romantic. It's got a friendship in it. It's got a villain in it. It's got everything you want from a Disney movie, and it's set in I can't remember what country, but it's in the Middle East. During the, the Sultan days or something like that. I think they're still
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
But I think it's a great movie with a lot of wonderful music too. Obviously Robin Williams is "You Got a Friend of Me." Not "You Got a Friend of Me," but a friend like me. I mean. Great.
One of the funnest games I ever played on Super Nintendo, Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
I
This
could
is
never
showing our
get. I
age,
could
guys.
never get past.
This is the first time I've ever said that for race 2, showing our age. Wow, man.
back in
21.
my day. Okay, Gatlin.
number
What's your
3.
number 3?
Speaking of Toy Story 3, how about the original Toy Story?
Oh, the vintage.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Vintage.
I was debating because I remember seeing Toy Story when I was 2 when it came out, but for some reason I have this memory where I can remember stuff from when I'm 2.
Hey, that deserves it.
And I remember that for some reason it stuck with me. But I remember seeing Toy Story 2 with my grandma. She took me to go see it. Was that 99 or was
It
it?
came out in '95, I think.
That's
No,
awesome.
2. But number 1's my favorite. I always pick the
Or
first
number
one.
2 came out in '99.
Besides the Batman trilogy, number 1 movie is usually my
It's a good
go-to
choice.
in any saga, trilogy, anything.
Great
So
choice. Yeah.
I love Toy Story 1. You all know why, so we'll just go on to number 2.
Yeah, it's got the charm. Go ahead.
Number 2, I'm going to go with Fox and the Hound.
Oh man, talk about stringing my heart.
Oh, man. When they
Their friendship.
when they go separate ways, and the
Tore me apart.
worst part is when she takes him, when the older lady takes the fox out into the woods and lets him go, and they sing that song. That is still tough.
They were originally going to kill off what's his name, the older dog.
Is it Todd? Is it?
No, not Todd.
Not
Not Copper, but the old grouchy one.
yeah.
They were gonna kill him off, just to add some more to it. But I was like, no more. It's already sad. This movie's so sad.
It's so. But I watched that movie over and over
It's
again.
so sad, but it's so inspiring too with friendships too.
I used to
Talk about friendship.
when I was little, I would take my hat off, throw it on the ground, and say, "Dagnabbit woman blew a hole in my radiator." I watched it over and over again. I loved it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
crazy.
It's a classic.
Or
Yeah.
whatever the dog
It's
does.
back
there.
in Disney's days where they didn't have that many classics, but you still got good
It's a
movies.
classic.
You still
When
got
was
good
that?
movies.
Was it the 80s?
It was like the 60s, or
60s,
50s.
late 60s.
Yeah.
Late
Was
si-
it the late
yeah, because I went and saw a guy perform in Branson named
I know it was-
Tim
yeah.
Stafford, I believe is, and he was the voice of
Yeah.
I believe the dog.
I know. Yeah, I know it was
Gotcha,
after,
okay.
and I know it was after Disney died, so it had to be like during
Late
the
60s.
60s.
That makes sense.
Late 60s, 71 or
Okay,
like that.
definitely.
But
Now
still,
that I
though,
think
it's
about-
still
now
a
I think
great
about it.
classic, though. All right, my number 2. Gotta bring back Toy Story. My number 2 is Toy Story 2.
Oh man, I
Man,
see
we're
a
just
trend
playing.
here.
We're just playing the
numbers game
The
here.
numbers game here. Toy Story 2. In my opinion, they're all perfect. They're all perfect movies with as far as animation goes. They're all perfect, but I feel like Toy Story 2 went farther than all the other ones as far as like location went. Toy Story 2 went to a toy barn, went to an apartment complex. It went to an airport. I was like, man, where else are these toys gonna go? And in the beginning, there was a tease like Buzz Lightyear in space. That was awesome. That sequence when he was in space, invading
Yeah.
Zurg's
Zurg.
headquarters. That was awesome. I was just like, that's the cool picture that that they've been hiding, and I feel like in this movie they're finally to go full-fledged with their stories and with the character developments. Woody, Jesse, Bullseye, awesome. The Prospector was another great villain for Disney, and he had Zurg in there too. Awesome. And I love the video game too. I played it for the N64 and the PlayStation. Great movie. Great everything. Great everything. Gatlin.
I agree 100% with that statement. The Incredibles is my number 2.
Hey, incredible choice there.
Incredible choice.
I don't know, Mr. Incredible. To me, that early scene when they show all the old, that's
that
awesome.
is the coolest.
That's
one of the
nice
coolest
vintage,
scenes in the film. And I wish I'd ranked this film higher. I really do.
But there's so many to choose from.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
it's hard.
no, I'm with you. One of the greatest.
It's my favorite Pixar movie.
Yeah,
But let's go to the big one, boys.
Number
All right,
one.
Hayden.
Numero uno.
And it's funny, we were doing it before I even knew we were doing this show today. I was riding back towards the city with my girlfriend, and we were talking about animated films, talking about Disney films, and I said,
what a convenience.
I said the greatest Disney film of all time, and I named this movie Robin Hood.
Oh,
Robin
my
Hood,
yes.
wow.
Almost honorable mentions.
This is one of my. I mean, it's.
That was during the same period as Fox and the Hound too.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier, I think. Just
Probably.
a little bit earlier.
They had
Yeah, I
almost
think-
the exact same animation too. It was like
Fox and the Hound was 1981, by the way, everybody.
81. Wow, never
Yeah.
mind then.
I think Robin Hood was early '60s. Does that sound right?
62.
Watch it be like 1980.
Yeah, for real. No,
I'm on it.
I love the story, and I love the music and like ooh la la ooh la. It has that '60s kind of folk sound to it. Because it's set in,
Medieval
1600s
times. Yeah.
animal England or whatever. I don't know, but
Yeah. Animal England.
1973.
oh wow, man,
It's older.
our dates are off,
Wow.
man.
I was a little closer to that one.
Joe gets the cake on that one.
Yeah,
But
That's
but
an
no,
awesome.
I love
Great-
Robin Hood.
great pick.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna go with one that Walt himself worked on. It's a really classic movie. I can always come back and watch it and be, just inspired by how awesome it is, and the story behind it. I'm a real boy. Pinocchio, man. I love Pinocchio so much. Every time I watch it, I'm just so surprised of how much they did in the movie. There were so many crazy scenes. Walt Disney was doing a lot of different types of animation at the time, and this movie was just awesome because Pinocchio's story, the real boy, Jiminy Cricket, it's crazy. It's awesome because you always have that conscience. And let your conscience be. There's so many memorable quotes in this.
Joel,
Let your conscience be your guide.
After having agreed with you this whole time, I hate to disagree with
You don't like
with
it
you,
at
but
all?
you
hate it?
Pinocchio. I do not like Pinocchio.
I
It
love
freaks me
Pinocchio.
out.
I
That
love
donkey
that's why I love
scene,
it. Yeah,
It
it's
used to
great.
The whale-
freak me out when I was a kid.
The
dude.
whale freaks me out.
The whole ocean scene.
Monster.
And the guy that the puppet, the guy with the beard,
Is it Maestro?
Oh, the
the
no,
maestro or the. You know who I'm talking about though? He's the
Solomon-
bigger guy with a
Solomon?
beard.
I
Oh,
think
the guy when he
Solomon.
does his nose, he's at the.
I think Solomon
Oh.
or whatever. I don't something like
Yeah,
that.
freaks
freaky
me
movie.
out.
It's a
I do
freaky
not like
movie, and I
but you
like it
gotta-
like that.
I feel like it's one that when you're older you appreciate it more.
I haven't gone back and
Such a
watched it
classic.
since I
neither.
was like
Disney still
6,
still comes back to that movie for everything.
But I
as
will say
far
this:
as
if I
charm.
picked my number one from when I was 5, I'm gonna keep my disagreeing from when I was 5 too. I'm just gonna be fair. I'm gonna.
I think a lot of us were at different mindsets when we were 5 years old.
That's true.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, let's be real here.
When I was 5, I liked the Phantom
haven't changed
Menace. So it's one thing that was different.
All right,
Gatlin.
Gatlin, drum roll.
Number 1, and I'm surprised no one has said it yet. The Lion King.
Uh-oh.
And I don't care what anyone has to say.
You're
That was my childhood. The Lion King. Simba.
And you know what?
Pumbaa.
You-
Timon.
I liked Lion King
You
one
know
and a
what?
half.
Scar.
I loved Lion King.
The
1 and a
child in me would probably
Mufasa.
the child.
That's who I wanted to always be my whole life, was
Yeah.
Mufasa. That's who everybody should aspire to be, Mufasa.
James Earl
the
Jones,
child
baby.
in me would really punch me as hard as he can.
I agree.
for not putting the Lion King on this list.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But the adult in me would try to reason with him and probably never
Give
get
him
to
And
some
the
can- probably
child
just
would
give him
win
some
9
candy.
times
I
out of 10.
love the Lion King for nostalgia, for the music, for the story. But Timon and Pumbaa, now when I watch them, just like I hate these guys.
I love Nathan Lane.
They kept Simba away from his priority.
They had their own show. That's how awesome they were.
They were like,
but they didn't.
They're like, hey kid, who cares about your problem? Who cares about that? Just worry about what's going on here. I'm like, it's a good thing to preach, but at the same time, this kid's supposed to be king.
The thing is, they're there for a reason. That's their whole point. They're there to to be kind of the antagonist to his growing up. To slow him down a little bit, because everybody has that in life. We all have friends that kind of hold us back, but that you love them because they've been there forever for you. And I mean,
Joel,
they made
Worms look so good.
Gatlin and I are your
through.
Timon and Pumbaa here.
They did come through at the end,
except for
when they finally,
I'm not as gassy
Simba.
as a Pumbaa.
Yup.
Yeah. All right, but that was an amazing list, guys.
That was.
Let us know, guys, what you thought of our list, and if you have a list, tell us on Facebook. Comment on our Facebook and let us know. All right, before we get to the final question, tell us like what questions we got right.
Okay.
Just so I.
But we're at question 9 right now. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
To this date, how many animated movies have been released by Disney, including the Pixar Studio movies?
Since when?
Well, what was the first movie?
Made? Snow White, I guess.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
man.
how many?
Man.
You want the options?
Yes.
I want to hear him.
All right.
It's tough.
A, 39. B, 45. C, 51. Or D, 54.
What was the second choice?
51.
51.
That was
I
pretty.
feel like they would have made a bigger deal out of 50. But did they make a big? That's what I can't remember. I think I remember hearing something about it. I'm gonna go with. What was the 30? What was
There's
the one?
39, 45, 51, and 54.
I'm gonna go with 54.
What was the last one?
54 was the last one.
54. What was the second? That was before that.
Oh, 51 was before 54.
You know you want to go
45.
51, Joel.
I'm gonna go
And 30.
51 just to be different.
We do have a winner, and it's Hayden.
Oh,
We're tied. The last
We're tied up
question.
again.
All right. So
This is a
4-4
tiebreaker
tie.
then.
We'll go through. Y'all missed the first couple questions.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Actually, okay, y'all. No one got the first one right, the Toy Story question. Which
Okay.
Toy Story is the highest rated? Y'all got the Experiment 626 question right. No one got Lightning McQueen's number right.
Oh.
No one got which of the 7 doors is first in line all the time. And no one, or yet you all did get 1937, Snow White.
Yeah.
Y'all also did not get the right year in the 90s, 1993, a.k.a. the greatest year in the 90s.
Oh my gosh. 94 was.
What famous actor was voiced by Carl Fredricksen?
I got Ed Asner.
Joel got Ed Asner right. And then y'all both got the Beauty and Beast main antagonist.
Yeah.
Gaston. And to this day's release, Hayden got 54 animated Disney movies. Which there's been some in there that are kind of...
So this is.
You know what doesn't favor that number for you though? Frozen 2.
Oh.
All right.
Let's move on though.
Last question.
Here it is.
Oh, man.
Question number 2. Which is the highest grossing animated movie of all time with an adjusted inflation of 904 million? Hey, and this is before like Frozen's and them, they're counting all their box out, like their sales on DVDs and stuff.
They're still going on.
They don't do these with all like the old Disney movies. So this is going strictly off box office revenue.
Gotcha.
Okay.
With an adjusted
With
amount.
an adjusted inflation,
Yeah.
which means it can be, because Gone with the Wind is the highest grossing
Right.
film with
What
an
are-
adjusted inflation of all time.
Yeah. What is the?
Here's the options.
Yeah.
The Lion King, Frozen,
Can't be Frozen.
Toy Story 3, or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Hayden.
I'm gonna go
I
So
may have done
tough.
been
Toy
tricky.
Story. I'm gonna go Toy Story 3.
I have to go Toy Story 3 as well.
There's no winner. It doesn't
It was
matter.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, guys. And did you know Walt Disney mortgaged his house for $1.5 million
Thank
just
you.
to do the budget of that movie?
Thank you, Survey of Electronic Media.
Thank you, survey. Thank you, Professor Johnson. All right, so we have to do a tiebreaker
Oh gosh.
because it is a 4-4 tie.
Here it is.
And we don't.
Here it
Here
is.
Hey,
at Real Talk,
if we-
we don't end things in ties.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't believe in ties.
Hey, here's the
this
thing.
is America. We believe in winners
Here's the
and
thing.
losers.
So let's just.
If we tie-
how about this? We have to buzz in. Buzz
No,
in.
I have
Slap the
a better
desk.
idea. If we tie, go back to one of the other questions and say what was the second one.
Ready?
Ooh, we could do a little research.
Here's the tiebreaker.
Okay, this one might do it. Yeah.
Without inflation, which movie is the highest grossing animated film of all time? A. Despicable Me 2.
Ew.
B. Frozen. C. Toy Story 3. Or D. The Lion King.
Hayden, you want to go first?
Oh man, this is hard.
You wanted to be first.
No, I was about to say something. I changed my mind.
Oh gosh, it's tough.
In my mind, it's between Frozen and Toy Story 3. I'm gonna go Toy Story 3. I'm gonna go with. I'm sticking with it.
Should you
I'm
go?
riding this
are you
horse
gonna
to the
be
finish
like
line.
like the big man and be like I'm going? Like you said, you gotta risk it to get
Yeah,
the
are you
biscuit.
gonna-
You gotta.
Joe, I
Scared
went
money
first.
don't make money,
That's
so
right.
my pick is gonna be Frozen.
It's coming back. Here, this scared money work. Does this
Here.
work? Here it is.
We have a winner, and it is Joe Filipino.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh,
So,
ole,
with the
ole,
5-4
ole,
victory in the Real Talk
ole,
Trivia Animated Movies Edition,
ole,
Joe Filipino.
ole, 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 ole.
Joel, how do you feel after that victory?
Oh, that was so tough, man. I thought I came prepared.
Joel,
I thought I had this all in my
Congratulations,
head.
sir. Congratulations.
No, Hayden gave me a run for my money. You know, I really thought I had some of these questions down. I thought, some of them threw me off a bit, but man, these were great questions, Gatlin.
I'm just enjoying
Thank
the
you.
irony that you won with Frozen. Like I'm enjoying
Oh,
this.
Frozen came back and saved me, I guess.
Well, Joel is holding the trophy high.
The invisible trophy that's in the air right now.
He's
Ole,
bathing himself in invisible milk.
You know what I'm excited
Yeah.
for next time?
Yeah.
The Gatlin versus Joel trivia head-to-head.
Who won it last time? Was it Cody or you?
Are you serious, Joel?
I'm just kidding.
I say, are you
Gatlin-
serious?
Well, guys,
Oh man, that was,
you are listening
that was
to
fun.
Real Talk on OU Student Radio, The Wire. You can also listen on TuneIn on your Android device or device, as they say here in Oklahoma,
The voice.
or online at thewire.ou.edu. Guys, it's been a good show.
It was
It's
it
been
was
awesome.
It was great. It was a great
This is-
show.
when we
we-
first said animated movies, I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I love anime. I don't know if that'll make a great show, but it ended up being a great
I would
show.
say
we do
ranked
every
in
week,
fun.
man. We do every week.
And
When
our
we
top
make-
5 shows is probably easily in my top 5.
We've already got
Mhm.
comedies in. We've talked Oscars. We've talked animated stuff. But a little tease for next week. What shall we talk about next
We're going to be on
week?
the remote location next week.
We are going to be on a remote
Yeah, stay
location.
tuned.
That's a
Keep
tease
watching
for
our-
you guys.
Keep watching our Facebook page, our Twitter account. We will be posting with all the deets.
And
Is that
so-
a thing?
The deets.
And so, since we're going to be in the outdoors, let's go ahead and make our show about the outdoors a bit. More specifically towards sports.
Oh,
So next week,
you know I'm all about
we're going to
that
be
life.
talking sports
all
movies.
about that life.
And saying, hey, if Hayden or Gatlin and I want to get a quiz up, we'll get a quiz up, and we'll be live outside on a remote.
Hey, I'm just saying, my
device.
greatest film, my favorite film of all time was a sports film. So
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very, and I think I had 1 or 2 in mind.
That's all in store for the future, guys. But don't forget to go like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, listen in on the TuneIn app, go to the website, go to thewire.ou.edu,
and stay tuned for Frozen 2.
and stay tuned for Frozen 2 on your location of
Or your Android
theaters,
device.
or you watch it on your Android device months later. But until then, guys, this has been a Real Talk with Joel, Gatlin, and Hayden.
Who's taking us out?
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.